I don't want my sister to be my maid of honor, even though I was hers.
What?
Okay, so there is a lot of history between me, 28 female, and my sister, 34 female, and we have never had the best relationship. Without publishing a novel, I'll try to give some important background information. My sister, Samantha, and I are just shy of 6 years apart, with our late deceased brother in the middle of us. He was my age when he passed a few years ago. By the way, this comes from user CS0607, and if you want to submit your stories, go to the r/OK storytime subreddit. So, for context, my brother struggled for nearly 12 years with a substance abuse problem, which ultimately took him from us. I only mention my brother because Samantha and I have always differed when it came to him. I always visited him regardless of living 450 miles away, and she only did maybe once around the holidays. He was in rehabs for years, and all he had was family to try to support him. I even wrote my college admission essay on him and will forever look up to and admire him. While there are stereotypes, he was truly the greatest person anyone could know. I love my parents. They are divorced and remarried, but I basically raised myself and coined a nickname due to it. Can't post it as it will be very revealing of my identity.
What is the nickname?
My parents both apologized to me during my brother's funeral for how absent they were in my childhood. I really didn't mind or know any different. Back to Samantha. She never thought of me as a good sister, as I was independent and kept to myself most of my childhood. When we got older, she would compare me to other people with little sisters and basically say she wished I was more like them. My family and I weren't the scripted family she wanted, and she only comes around when it benefits her. I have my master's in applied psychology, and while you shouldn't label family with diagnoses, she most definitely has tendencies, to say the least. I never had enough drama or gossip for her, as I felt my life had enough, so I never really wanted any part of that with my friends. Apparently, that makes me weird and a bad sister to Samantha, but I digress. When she got engaged, she called me and spoke to me for the first time in nearly a year after telling me how she was ashamed, embarrassed, and hated who I was for publishing an anonymous article with changed names about the impact addiction has on family members. I was proud of that article, and all I wanted was to help just one person going through something similar. On this call, she told me, didn't ask, but told me, I was her maid of honor. I asked if she was sure because at this point I lived 400 miles away from her in another state, was working full-time as a bar manager, and was in graduate school full-time. I was 22, maybe 23, and I had never even really been to a lot of weddings as an adult, maybe one. I asked her what she expected from me, and she said, just sister things and just be there at my wedding next to me. Okay, I thought. Right. And as we all know, that's the only thing a maid of honor is supposed to do, right?
Just
no
be
other
there.
Responsibilities, no planning,
Just
no
show
nothing.
up. I don't know.
I'm sure OP's sister's not going to turn this around on her.
What is just sister
anyway.
things, by the way? Like
Just sister things.
Like,
Yeah. Just sister
Yeah,
things.
what do you mean? It's
like
just sister things.
Planning all the elements of my wedding that you don't know about.
You were supposed to get the venue.
Yeah.
It's just it falls under
The
just
cake,
sister things.
The flowers, also like
Find me a
the
groom.
invites, maybe, I don't know. Can you do the officiating as well? That'd be nice.
It's not that hard. It's just sister things. Okay?
Just sister things. Look it up on Pinterest, I thought. I was nervous, though, since my finances were not strong and I was busy literally all the time. Being up for 3 days at a time to pull all-nighters and still get to work was normal for me. Exhausting, but normal. Her married mean girlfriend was to be called her matron of honor. So basically, I was her maid of honor out of obligation. Truly, I didn't need to be in the wedding party at all. It would have saved me money and stress. So during this almost 3-year engagement, a lot happened, and I will summarize it. After a year, she got mad because I never sent her a congratulation card for her engagement. I have never received a single card from her in my life, nor does she open the dozens of cards my grandma sends her, so to be honest, it never crossed my mind. I should have, though, and I made sure to get her one for her engagement party, which she was 2 hours late for. She was upstairs, but came outside 2 hours late. I'm backing out after that.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, so
Call it a
that
cab.
was a weird vibe. Go ahead and take me off of the
was
of
weird.
honor list.
I don't even want to be take the of off.
Maid-of-Honor.
Maid-Honor. Maid, honor.
She wanted to plan her bachelorette party, but also wanted the bridal party to plan it. However, she wouldn't tell us what she wanted or even what season she wanted it to be in. Okay, brain melter, but whatever, I guess we'll manage. She made me highlight my hair, which I had spent 2 years growing out to my natural color because I would look sickly otherwise with my skin tone. I didn't, but okay, I highlighted it.
Wait,
Boo.
girly, just say no.
Boo!
Just say no.
Boo,
Put your
be
foot
saying
down.
no.
Say no. I'm not doing that.
Boo!
No, I
Boo.
don't want to.
So, she had me order my $480 Maid-of-Honor dress 2 sizes too big because she didn't believe me when I told her my dress size. Since she hadn't seen me in a while. I had lost over 40 pounds and was now underweight and a size 0. I spent $300 to have it altered since it was 2 sizes too big.
Girl, you say, hey, you ordered the wrong size and I told you what size to get, so you have to send this back. Why are you taking all of this?
Yeah, stop.
Like, drop out or like stand up for yourself, girly.
Do not do this. Stop it.
Don't let them walk all over you.
Yeah, anyone out there who feels like this is similar to a dynamic I have with anybody, stop it. Stop
it.
letting this person
Say
walk all over you.
Every moment, another maid of honor is bullied. Say no to bullying.
She got mad at everyone for not planning her bachelorette party, but didn't want it in the summer because, ew, OP, why would I want to sweat? Samantha planned the bachelorette party in the summer, 6 hours from me. Okay, no problem. 2 wedding planners had to quit because of how and rude she was. My brother knew there would be old friends, family, and people he hadn't seen in a really long time. He had social anxiety and felt like everyone would talk down to him due to his disease or judge him. He was really stressed about the wedding, getting there, and being around all those people. My sister made it even worse. I don't even want to explain further. He passed about a week before her planned wedding. The wedding was moved a few months later, and she got married. On her wedding day, she was horrid. She had everyone in tears, shaking, drinking heavily to cope, and threatened myself, my mother, and anyone else who dared to enter her room with scissors. At one point, she took the scissors to her wedding dress, a $10,000 wedding dress my mother, who she wouldn't even let see her, paid for. I tried knocking to tell her the photographers needed to talk to her, and she threw something at me, cursed me out, and said I was a pathetic little girl with a pathetic, scared voice. Yeah, you're crazy. I'm traumatized. Since she wouldn't let anyone help her put on her dress or try to maneuver the layer, she decided to cut out an entire layer of the dress since it wasn't laying right. Well, she cut out the supportive layer. Now she had no support for her chest. Pathetic little sister to the rescue. I remembered that when I valeted my car, they used medical tape to secure the ticket, so I ran in my maid-of-honor dress, slippers, and my hair half done down there to get some on the other side of the resort. It was cold and snowing. And remember, I lived far away from my family, so on my way to get the tape, I was passing a bunch of people who wanted to say hello. Samantha told me to ignore anyone I saw, rude, and get back in 5 minutes. Is this not just a bad dream someone had?
It's gotta be.
This
gotta be.
sounds
It's gotta
so
be.
bad.
It's gotta be. It's just terrible. And it keeps getting worse. And no one's saying anything.
Yeah, just
No one's sticking up.
I think if the bride has locked herself away in the room and is cutting her dress up, I think it's time to maybe push the wedding back a little bit, huh? So, I got back and was instantly yelled at to get out, which is when I would throw the tape at her as hard as I could and go, I'm done with you for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And you walk out.
My mom got yelled at for tearing up. She is her daughter, her first child getting married, but apparently she couldn't have emotions since Samantha thought my mom was trying to take the attention away. From who? You're in your room. My mom just walked out. I caught my sister talking crap about me to her mean girlfriend, the only person who was allowed to be with her, and it hurt my feelings, but it was her wedding, so okay. After this horrible, horrible morning, I realized I had a speech to give. I was an English major, so I wrote a beautiful speech. Not a truthful one, but it did the job. My sister was already cheating on her husband. Can you come close to me, please?
Me or the camera?
Can you come close to... When you know people are getting cheated on, you tell them. You tell them before the wedding. Which, to be fair, I actually I haven't read far enough to know if we knew about this before the wedding or after, but regardless, my message remains the same.
What loyalty do you owe your sister? None. She sucks.
My sister was already cheating on her husband prior to the wedding and divorced him only a few months later since she found greener grass. And this guy is a lawyer, so here comes the money. I wonder if he was a divorce lawyer. Maybe that's how they met. I lost 2 brothers in a matter of months, but according to Samantha, it's not about me. Now, my sister has mentioned how she expects to be my maid of honor since I was hers. I now live about 800 miles away from her and only text her on holidays and her birthday. I never hear from her. My family doesn't hear from her, and frankly, I like it that way. She was always a bully and told me about 10 years ago, you think I'd give a flying little F about you? That's funny, because I've never given an F about you. She's hit on my partner several times. She's always seeking attention at the cost of others, and I just don't want drama anywhere near my wedding. And by the way, we want you very near. We want you all over. We want them right in your little ear holes. The full episodes with stories like this one that are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search OK Storytime and then listen to 47 consecutive days worth of podcast content.
Every day, a full episode of OK Storytime is released in your neighborhood.
Is this the joke of the day?
Yes. Go watch it now.
In the
Only
arms of Sophia.
Only you have the power to give it a home in your ears.
With great power comes great responsibility to watch OK Storytime.
So, I'm letting my aunt and mom plan the wedding because I truly don't care about anything about my wedding. Just want to celebrate my and my partner's marriage and have our families come together. Okay, I was about to say, there's one thing at least that you should care about at your wedding, and it should be the person that you're getting married to, probably, maybe. Just a thought. I don't know.
Just a thought.
Seems like you do, though. It seems like you do. The color of the silverware, that couldn't matter less to me. And that was the whole thing with Samantha. If my mom wants to plan a wedding, I'll give a budget and she can have it. So am I the a-hole for not wanting my sister as my maid of honor and merely sending an invitation in the mail, knowing she probably won't open it as she doesn't open cards? If you read this far, thanks, and I'm sorry for the long-winded post. It's my first Reddit post. Samantha hasn't spoken to my mom in over 2 years and is equally cruel to her. Samantha doesn't speak to my ailing grandmother, never visited my sick grandfather, and made a scene at his funeral. And that is the end of that story.